Yeah, man, people, welcome back, welcome back. It's Nicardo Media House out here again. I'm going to preview the game tomorrow. The Reggae Boys versus the Grenada Spice Boys in Grenada at the Kiriani James Athletics Complex. Um, a few people, have missing from the Reggae Boys team. Players like Adrian Mariappa, Javian Brown, Boys Clark, the keeper keep ready. He keep yesterday in that game against Swindon. I think it was the Papa John's Cup competition in England. They beat Swindon 5-0. He kept a clean sheet. That's good. Ethan Pinnock, as they said, he's nursing Achilles injury. Amari Bell picked up an hamstring injury. Casey Palmer been out for a while now for Coventry. So yeah, that's it. I'm rather than Cephas, man that missing, because of flight issues. I don't know how does that adds up, to be honest, because when you see different players from the Turkish league, going on international break, they got called up and they managed to make it out of Istanbul. Istanbul have one of the busiest and one of is the largest airport in Europe. So I don't know why there is a flight issue. Is it that the cost is too high? And when I look at my phone at the average price of the tickets to get out of Istanbul to New York and then to Jamaica, it roughly costs around 900, 800 economy. And then when you go up to like first class, business class, you have like 1200, 1300, for a round trip. So I don't see how when these guys, in the upper heads in the administration traveling, they travel in numbers. When they're ready to give their parish presidents, trips to go to games and stuff like that, it will be like it will be a whole bunch of them. So and you never hear of a cost of saying, the traveling cost is too high to get, the parish presidents tickets to go to games and stuff like that. But those are the players that missing. You know, yes, so new boy in the team, K. Anderson, he's from Charlton Athletic. I think I've seen him one time in playing for Charlton. I don't remember, I think it was his third game of the season. I've seen that game. But this is a player, he's a box to box player, to be honest. When I looked at his heat his heat map, where he run and how he travel on the pitch whenever he's playing, this kid, he's a really good thing. He's strong, he's fit, he's energetic. He can go up, down. He can do both work on the pitch, in a defensive third and in the final third. So he played, I think, 9 games so far for Charlton and started 8. He created 10 chances. He had 2 assists already for the season. 53% tackles won. So he can put in a defensive shift. He have 83% accurate passes. He made 4 recoveries. So that's his stats there. In his 9th game he played so far for Charlton Athletic. He's a really good player. I think this player was in the under 20. Reggae was under 20. So Michael Lecter is in the team after a long spell out. Kemar Foster, the goalkeeper, replaced Boyce Clark. Mikel Antonio, news had saying that he won't play tomorrow. He will play in the Haiti game in Trinidad. Dexter Lambisica, he's in after he pulled out last last international break because he picked up an injury. At, so he picked up that injury in that game. I think he scored. I think he scored a goal in that game, but you know, um, Grenada, we're going to play Grenada at the Kirana James Stadium, but it's been, I think this Grenada team only beat us once, to be honest, once. My favorite, my memorable moment, Grenada versus the Reggae Boy, I think when they played in the National Stadium, I think Luke Shelton scored both goals. I think one of them was a penalty. I think that was I think that was a Caribbean Cup final. I think at that time Grenada used to have Anthony Modest. Who remember that player used to play for Portmore United. And then there's another game. I think I watched that game on TV. I think that game played in Trinidad when I think this was a semi-final. We struggled to beat Grenada in that game. The game drew 1-1, and I think we won the game 2-1 in extra time and go on to the to the Caribbean Cup final. But I think this game played at the Ashley Park Stadium in Trinidad. Um, so yeah, that's those two games are some of my memorable game I watch. I can remember, I enjoy watching Grenada and Reggae Boys. These teams, as I said, I always give Reggae Boys a not a walk in the park game, but they always give us some tough matchup. To be honest, Reggae Boy in the Caribbean, whenever we play like Haiti, Cuba, Trinidad, we are up here. This is the benchmark for us. We are the pinnacle for all the Caribbean countries. All the Caribbean countries trying to reach where we at. So they're going to have a point to prove. They have a very experienced coach. I think this coach he managed, under some very good coach in the Premier League. I think Mick McCarthy for Wolves team at that one. At point he was on the Wolves coaching staff. You think he was on the coaching staff for Bristol, I think Bristol City. So this is a really good. He's a really good coach. But Grenada, they drew their last game with Suriname and they got beaten 4-0 in Honduras. So you know that game against Honduras, they didn't manage to like watching that game. I don't see Grenada make any attack or anything. They were just defending. It's like training, defender versus attackers, but in that Suriname game, they played really good. They scored first. They scored deep into I think in the 80 something minute, and they concede I think 90 seconds. From a set piece, it was a corner. This is the thing with Grenada team. That game against Honduras, they every time when Honduras seems to take a corner kick or a set piece, it's just always looking dangerous. They struggle to defend set pieces, especially corners, when you whip the ball in the near post. So, but Grenada, this is a team that rank 173. To be, they rank 173. To be honest, but their squad, they made 4 changes to the last squad that they picked in September international windows. Players that Chad Phillips, Ashley Charles, Stefan Abraham, and Christine Julian. Those are the players that out, and the players that came in. Raman Charles, Regan Charles Cook, Kieran Mitchell, Ethan Telesford. So that's the players that in. But Grenada, they have 11 local based players in their squad. They have 7 players that play in the lower league in England. I think they have a player that play for QPR, Queen's Park Rangers. They have one USL player, he played for I think Richmond Kickers. They have one player that in Belgium, is Cairo. His name is Cairo Mitchell. Not Cairo Mitchell, my bad, not Cairo Mitchell, Reagan Charles Cook. He played for KAS Open. That's the same thing that Tariq Maggi just, he was in Rumble with in Belgium. And they have one player in the Eredivisie League, no. So this game, at the Kirana James Stadium in Grenada, this is not a beautiful surface. It's not the most pleasant surface we're going to play, and we should use it because it's somewhat what we played on in our last international break against Haiti and Honduras. But this pitch is much tight. This is not. I think the width of this pitch is not really wide. So it would be a tight match. It would be a real compact, and this Grenada team will play low. Will play at the low block. They will look to play us on the counter. But the Grenadians, they be promoting this game. They be promoting this game. They waiting for this game against the Reggae Boys. As soon as the September international window close and they know that the next month to be the Reggae Boy, they be promoting. They going into the streets. They're giving away free tickets. You could see on the Grenada football Instagram page, they out and doing some party stuff, just to promote the game around Grenada. Grenada is not a big country. People, you seen on the videos say that they can't wait to see the Reggae Boys. So this game is massive for the Grenadians, but the Reggae Boys have one job to do. and is to get 3 points and head out to Trinidad to face Haiti on Sunday at Hasley Crawford Stadium in Trinidad. That's where we play Haiti. But I can't wait. I can't wait, to see this game. But as I said, the Grenadian players, they have the Grenadian team. My bad, the Grenadian team. They have some players, in the lower league in England, just like us. Take players from into from the England setup to put in our team. But I have something that I have, so the coach, he said something in a press conference about the style of play. I think someone asked him about style of play, and he was like, it not really important. But I would say yes, a style of play is really important to a team, because when you have a style of play, each players will understand their role in the team and how to facilitate each players out on the pitch, to help each other to win, to grind out results, and just to play a collective football, just to play as a unit. And it will work better. You want to have that style of play, you want to have that pattern. Yes, it's important we get the 3 points, and that's what important, the 3 points. But if we have a unique style of play, if you look at the Spanish national team, you will know how Spain to play, because he said, the style of play depends on the type of players you have and all of that. It doesn't matter where Pep Guardiola go, it will always be that system. Yeah, it will always be that system. Whenever a Italy national team called up players, it will always be that same structure. Whenever a Brazilian coach call up the 23-man squad to play whatever friendly competitive football, it will always be that Brazilian style of playing. So I don't get this about, we only have certain personas in the team, so we can't really. No, that's bullshit. And you've been around these players for like the last year now. You pass your 1 year anniversary, so we should be seeing a real team structure, coming up, especially against a Grenada team. We want to press Grenada. We want to move right in their face. We want to express ourselves and show, the reggae boy people, like, this is what we are going to do moving forward. But I'm not going to take, if the Jamaica team win, say a 6-7 against a Grenada team, I'm not going to take whatever happened, say, oh yeah, the Jamaican is ready. No, no, no. This Grenada team, we should beat them at least 5-6. They rank at 173rd in the world. So we expected to beat this Grenada team by at least 4 or 5 clear goals. But we need to see a pattern, that's the reggae boy going to work with. When you see a Mexican team play, you know what exactly you're going to get from the Mexican. When you see a Costa Rican team, you know exactly what you're going to get from a Costa Rican team. So other teams around the region, they have a style of play, they have a pattern that they played, but why we can't adjust to that and try to get this unique style? We quick, we have strength, we are some of the fastest human beings in the world, we powerful, we can drum. So, there should be a style of pattern for the Jamaican players that's coming for the Reggae Boys. But I think I have one more thing, local players, again, there's no local players, but at the end of the day, the coach said, he's picking his best team at every international window. You can see that, this coach is trying to keep a solid group of players together, and that's what we want. And the previous coaches, a lot of chop and change. Every international window is like you have 10 different players who weren't in that previous international squad, you know, compared to the current one. So a lot of chop and change. But I give this coach kudos for this. Keep these players, selected players together. So when international break come together, these players used to each other. So we need to get the chemistry together, the togetherness and everything. But I think so a couple players that that omitted from the squad, Trivante Stewart, for Salernitana in the Italian Serie A. He just got his first game like 2 weeks ago. He made his debut against Inter Milan. He got what 15, 15 minutes in the game, and he played again against they played Monza. I think that was last Saturday. Last Saturday, I think it was last Saturday they played Monza or Sunday. He came on the pitch again. So he seems like he's going to be a regular off the bench. But it's good to see he's playing at a elite level, and the coach probably giving that time to catch up his fitness as he came in the fold for Salernitana a little bit late. So over the international break he could work on his fitness and try to break in the starting level. His time will come. His time will come. He's playing Italian Serie A, so the coach will give him a look in. Tariq Maggi is the next one. I don't see. I love Tariq Maggi, but I just can't see where he would fit under this coach new chemistry. This the way he wanted to play. I don't see where Tariq Maggi will fit in, to be honest. That 4-4-2 system. Jamal Lowe, this player has scored three from the last three games now for Swansea City. He had a really good spell for Swansea City a couple of seasons ago when they went to the championship playoff semi-final. So he's back there on loan, so he's playing good. I don't know what's the problem with him, why he can't get in the Reggae Boyz team. Another player, Kamari, they playing in the Maltan Premier League out there in Malta. This player scored 4 goals in 6 games. For I think Florian, I think that's his club out there in Malta. He's been scoring goals in the Maltan Premier League for some while now. Richard King, another young player. He just got transferred out of Cavalier. I think he played in, I think it's Finland. So young players, I want to see Richard King get back a run in the national team. But that's the players that got omitted from the squad, who didn't get called up. But yeah, people, tomorrow is the game. Reggae Boy, Reggae Boy versus the Grenada Spice Boys in Grenada at the Kirana Gym Stadium. People who ever live in Grenada, man, come out and support the boys. I think the ticket I think the bleachers tickets for that game. I think it's $20. I think the Eastern Caribbean dollar. I think there's another ticket. I think it's for $30, and I think the grandstand ticket is for $50. Yeah, Grenada spent Eastern Caribbean dollar. So yeah, man, we have come to the end of the video. This is Nicardo Media House. Thanks for watching. Smash a like if you reach this far in the video. Don't forget to like. If you're new, click the bell and subscribe to the channel. You get all the notifications and videos when I push out. Yeah, man. Bless up on yourself, people. Peace out. Salute.